Documentation and record keeping. Introduction. Documentation and record keeping is a process of creating, organizing, storing, and retrieving important documents and data. It is a crucial function of every organization, and when done correctly, it can lead to improved decision-making, increased accountability, and enhanced transparency. Benefits of effective documentation and record keeping. Effective documentation and record keeping can lead to various benefits for an organization, including improved decision-making, increased accountability, and enhanced transparency. When all relevant documents are organized and available, it is easier to make informed decisions, and accountability is increased when there is a clear record of who did what, when, and how. Additionally, enhanced transparency ensures that all relevant parties have access to the same information, reducing the chances of misunderstandings or disputes. Challenges of documentation and record keeping. There are various challenges that organizations face when implementing documentation and record-keeping practices. Some of the key challenges include complexity, data protection, and accessibility. The sheer amount of data that organizations need to keep track of can make it difficult to develop effective documentation and record-keeping processes. Additionally, organizations need to ensure that sensitive data is protected from unauthorized access while still being accessible to authorized personnel. Importance of developing a documentation and record-keeping policy. Developing a documentation and record-keeping policy is crucial for every organization. It ensures consistency, accuracy, and completeness of organizational documents. Additionally, it outlines the organization's documentation and record-keeping standards, procedures, and responsibilities. This helps protect sensitive information from unauthorized access and ensures that all relevant documents are easily accessible when needed. Document Management System. A document management system, DMS, is a software-based system that helps organizations manage and organize electronic documents. A DMS makes it easier to store, manage, and retrieve documents, and can help organizations improve compliance and efficiency. Key features of a document management system. Key features of a document management system include ease of use, security, accessibility, and scalability. A DMS should be easy to use and navigate, secure to protect sensitive information, accessible to authorized personnel, and scalable to meet the needs of the organization. Standardizing document formats. Standardizing document formats is an essential part of effective documentation and record keeping. Guidelines for standardizing document formats include using plain language, a consistent font and font size, and headings and subheadings to organize information. Reviewing and updating documents. Organizations should review and update documents as required. There is no set time frame for reviewing and updating documents, but it should be done as needed to ensure that the information is accurate, up-to-date, and relevant. Data protection measures. Data protection measures are steps taken to protect sensitive information from unauthorized access. There are three types of data protection measures: physical safeguards, technical safeguards, and administrative safeguards. Pros and cons of electronic documentation and record keeping. Electronic documentation and record keeping have several pros and cons. Pros include easy searching and retrieval, while cons include the need for specialized software. Electronic documentation and record keeping can reduce the need for physical storage, improve data protection, and increase accessibility. Secure document disposal. Secure document disposal is necessary to prevent sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. This includes shredding or destroying physical documents and securely deleting electronic documents. Best practices for documentation and record keeping. There are several best practices that organizations can follow to ensure effective documentation and record keeping. These include identifying and organizing documents, developing a documentation and record-keeping policy, training employees, reviewing and updating documents, and implementing data protection measures. Importance of training employees on documentation and record-keeping. Training employees on documentation and record-keeping is crucial to ensure compliance, efficiency, and effectiveness. Employees need to understand the importance of maintaining accurate records, as well as the policies and procedures in place to ensure that all relevant documents are properly managed and stored. Conclusion. Documentation and record keeping are essential functions of every organization. Effective documentation and record keeping practices can lead to improved decision making, increased accountability, and enhanced transparency. Organizations should develop a documentation and record keeping policy, train employees, review and update documents, and implement data protection measures to ensure the effectiveness of their documentation and record keeping processes. You may refer to above for further reading. Let's start with MCQs. What is documentation and record keeping? A. A system of recording information and data. B. A way to store data electronically. C. A way to organize documents in a physical storage unit. D. A system of organizing email communications. Answer A. A system of recording information and data. What are the benefits of effective documentation and record keeping? A. Improved decision making. B. Increased accountability. C. Enhanced transparency. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What are the challenges of documentation and record keeping? A. Complexity. B. Data protection. C. Accessibility. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What is the importance of developing a documentation and record-keeping policy? A. It ensures consistency, accuracy, and completeness of organizational documents. B. It outlines the organization's documentation and record-keeping standards, procedures, and responsibilities. C. It helps protect sensitive information from unauthorized access. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What is a document management system? A. A system to manage physical documents. B. A system to manage electronic documents. C. A system to manage email communications. D. A system to manage spreadsheets. Answer. B. A system to manage electronic documents. What is the importance of training employees on documentation and record keeping? A. To improve compliance, efficiency, and effectiveness. B. To improve the speed of document retrieval. C. To ensure that all documents are standardized. D. To reduce the amount of paper used in the organization. Answer. A. To improve compliance, efficiency, and effectiveness. How often should documents be reviewed and updated? A. Every 6 months. B. Every year. C. As required. D. Every 3 years. Answer. C. As required. What is a data protection measure? A. A physical safeguard. B. A technical safeguard. C. An administrative safeguard. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What are the pros and cons of electronic documentation and record keeping? A. Pros, easy to search and retrieve. Cons, requires specialized software. B. Pros, reduces the need for physical storage. Cons, may not be accessible to everyone. C. Pros, improves data protection. Cons, may be expensive to implement. D. Pros, all of the above. Cons, none of the above. Answer. A. Pros, easy to search and retrieve. Cons, requires specialized software. What are the guidelines for standardizing document formats? A. Use plain language. B. Use a consistent font and font size. C. Use headings and subheadings to organize information. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What is the importance of secure document disposal? A. To prevent sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. B. To reduce the amount of paper used in the organization. C. To ensure that all documents are standardized. D. To reduce the amount of physical storage space required. Answer. A. To prevent sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. What are the key features of a document management system? A. Easy to use. B. Secure. C. Accessible. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. What are the consequences of non-compliance with legal and regulatory requirements for documentation and record keeping? A. Fines and penalties. B. Loss of reputation. C. Legal action. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Thank you for time and attention. Contact information for further discussion or questions.